We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. My pony plays the mama. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Someone always playing corporation games. Who cares? They're always changing corporation names. We just want to dance here. Someone stole the stage. They call us irresponsible. Write us off the page. My pony plays the mama. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock.
Well, that last storyline was a bit of an on the edge of your seat tale.
Dr. Evil. I didn't spend 6 years in evil medical school to be called Mr. Thank you very much.
I thought I would take a moment before this species tries cataloguing us as primitive subcultural beings who believe still to this day in the fictitious tales of our past.
I have one simple request, and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. Now, evidently, my cycloptic colleague informs me that that can't be done. Can you remind me what I pay you people for? Honestly, throw me a bone here. Shit. Oh, hell, let's just do what we always do. Hijack some nuclear weapons and hold the world hostage.
Before that, let me explain what I have done without ever having to step within a light year of your world. You came here using your advanced technology to play games with our world, flying around in circles around our military, trying to demoralize us to submit to your superior display of vanity.
Fire the laser! Damage report! Damage report! It's okay. It's all right. Come on. Well, actually, that was just footage from the movie Independence Day, but the real laser would be a lot like that. Yeah.
However, our imaginary beliefs have taken hold of your entire world's fears and caused a nervousness to plant itself, wearing away at their self-control, disrupting the balance in your society, eventually causing a rebellion amidst your people to occur, through the very same outlets you had tried to use against us. I infected it with that fear, and now your world suffers in chaos, disorder, and the very same weaknesses you have manipulated us with for centuries. And I did it without using a single particle of resources, no advanced technology, not a single weapon within my hand. So before you catalogue us as a planet of pussies and stupid apes, you may want to take a look at the disorder on your world and reclassify that status to one of the most cunning and dangerous creatures in the universe, based on the fact that if I had not consciously stepped up to mention this here, I could have easily destroyed your entire civilization without even breaking a sweat.
Well, where do I begin? My father was a relentlessly self-improving boulangerie owner from Belgium with low-grade narcolepsy and a penchant for buggery. My mother was a 15-year-old French prostitute named Chloe with webbed feet. My father would womanize, he would drink, he would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark. Sometimes he would accuse chestnuts of being lazy, the sort of general malaise that only the genius possess and the insane lament. My childhood was typical. When I was insolent, I was placed in a burlap bag and beaten with reeds. Pretty standard, really. At the age of 12, I received my first scribe. At the age of 14, as a roastery named Vilma ritualistically shaved my testicles. There really is nothing like a shorn scrotum. It's breathtaking. I suggest you try it.
I have discovered some information that is seeming valid as far as the identity of my double-twin shadow demon, Samael's creator, a guy by the name of Koenig. Have you heard of this guy? And that they think I am from this world, but in truth I am not. I am from the home world of the Astlantans. That is why many of these old artifacts have been jumping out to me, it seemed sometimes. They were trying to communicate with me because their sensors detected me. I found this out after a heated argument with the alien consciousness that was within Amantra, and I had after insulting him in one of my videos. However, something I didn't share with that little tart is that the experience that occurred to her that crashed her on this rock originally and got her jammed the way she is now. I had already seen the recorded logs before she tried possessing me to explain this. When she did, I saw glimpses of her experience, and compiled with what I had replay data available, I figured out a way to duplicate the process.
Breathtaking. I shall call him Mini-Me.
So even if this world blows up beneath our feet, I have a method that can carry us onto another world and see the aspects necessary for life by using the same methods I sparked creation into being with, and instead fuse the elements necessary to begin an ecosystem cycle. But I do not trust this information to just anyone. I need someone who I know will keep this away from especially the elites and any other zealot groups.
Scott, you had your chance, okay? I already had someone created in my image. He's evil, he wants to take over the world, and he fits easily into most overhead storage bins.
So in light of this massive soap opera drama, I have designed a new vengeance against heaven to replace their plans of toppling the ramparts of heaven's defenses by tossing a third of the stars from the heaven.
I'm going to place him in an easily escapable situation involving an overly elaborate and exotic death. Oh.
Every devil of each age, it seems, has contributed their own self-made ritual or method of giving God the finger and frustrating his peace of mind. Things that are just a reminder of those who rose to the heights of evil in the past, so that God will always be reminded of their irritation to him. So like the devils gone past, I to have made such a method that is quite interesting and shall be a personal way to remind him of the one who literally struck the face of God, and have him what he deserved one day. A taste of true justice that did not fear him nor allow his glorious overbearing light squish him out of existence.
It's frickin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
Let me say that I remember the Dark Ages, briefly that is. For times they tried to accomplish this from the ritual that called me here, but this time it is not by your design. This is obviously where God had meant to send me, considering your events going on. So you seem to be having problems with Dagon or the Kraken. Trying to destroy your world is it. Let me calm him and his brood with my hand, for he is but an extension of me personified into another state of being. Either that or he is an Ermac, fashioned form of necromancy pasted together to fool others into thinking they're me. With that addressed, come and see what the fuck I did.
Din din. I want chicken, I want liver. Meow mix, please deliver.
I think I have figured out a way to give the heavenly hosts a reply in ways they never thought men possible of. There are angels who watch over the balance of creation, and when one becomes filled with an act that is so profound that it changes the very resonance of a person's chakra or life force, I have found a way of using this knowledge to extract my vengeance upon those angels who sit within heaven and plot against me, plaguing my life. The next time they try to bear their contempt against me because of things I am said to do but had not yet even done, I shifted that resonance between being full of anger to that of being full of adoration, measuring the extremes of each sin and virtue and comparing that measurement to that of the length of each finger. I've discovered a way to flip off those judgmental angels speaking cruelty about me and pitting enemies against me by alternating the virtuous resonance as the highest point of an image and the sinful the lowest part of an image. Then the principalities that define sins and virtues give the image contours and thus define the image as well. When I noticed a reaction of shock and frustration as they figured out what they were becoming aware of that was behind the purpose of this strange flow of abnormality, and that when you connect them all like dots it makes a 3D impression they can see as it stands out to them, and molded it into the shape of middle finger. Fuck me, you flying baby diaper crap factories. Yo, well, fuck you too. Glorious, isn't it? I can only hope that there are those that can see only the details of the virtues and sins, or how there is the judges upon the mount. Good they can receive the detailed meaning behind my images then, and see it for what it is truly meant to look like, so that they may carry this image to those it is meant for. Ah, do you smell that unholy retribution? Though it is rare, it does sometimes occur. And it is not any one specific kind of demon's vengeance, but can be openly used by any demon, human or any other, who seeks to get their feelings through to those who see such great things that they don't notice the little guy in front of him.
Hello, Neo.
Who are you?
I am the architect. I created the Matrix. I've been waiting for you. You have many questions, and though the process has altered your consciousness, you remain irrevocably human. Ergo, some of my answers you will understand, and some of them you will not. Concordantly, while your first question may be the most pertinent, you may or may not realize it is also the most irrelevant.
Why am I here?
Your life is the sum of a remainder of an unbalanced equation inherent to the programming of the Matrix. You are the eventuality of an anomaly which, despite my sincerest efforts, I have been unable to eliminate from what is otherwise a harmony of mathematical precision. While it remains a burden assiduously avoided, it is not unexpected, and thus not beyond a measure of control, which has led you inexorably here.
You haven't answered my question.
Quite right. Interesting. That was quicker than the others.
Others? How many? Others? What? Answer me.
The Matrix is older than you know. I prefer counting from the emergence of one integral anomaly to the emergence of the next, in which case this is the 6th version.
5 ones before me. There are only 2 possible explanations. There were 5 ones before me. Either no one told me, or no one knows.
Precisely. As you are undoubtedly gathering, the anomaly is systemic, creating fluctuations in even the most simplistic equations.
Control me! I'm gonna smash you to bits! You can't make me do anything, like prick!
problem is choice.
The first matrix I designed was quite naturally perfect. It was a work of art, flawless, sublime, a triumph equaled only by its monumental failure. The inevitability of its doom is apparent to me now as a consequence of the imperfection inherent in every human being. Thus I redesigned it, based on your history, to more accurately reflect the varying grotesqueries of your nature. However, I was again frustrated by failure. I have since come to understand that the answer eluded me because it required a lesser mind, or perhaps a mind less bound by the parameters of perfection. Thus, the answer was stumbled upon by another, an intuitive program, initially created to investigate certain aspects of the human psyche. If I am the father of the Matrix, she would undoubtedly be its mother.
The Oracle.
Please. As I was saying, she stumbled upon a solution whereby nearly 99% of all test subjects accepted the program as long as they were given a choice, even if they were only aware of the choice at a near unconscious level. While this answer functioned, it was obviously fundamentally flawed, thus creating the otherwise contradictory systemic anomaly that, if left unchecked, might threaten the system itself. Ergo, those that refuse the program, while a minority, if unchecked, would constitute an escalating probability of disaster.
This is about Zion.
You are here because Zion is about to be destroyed. Its every living inhabitant terminated, its entire existence eradicated.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Denial is the most predictable of all human responses. But rest assured, this will be the 6th time we have destroyed it, and we have become exceedingly efficient. The function of the One is now to return to the source, allowing a temporary dissemination of the code you carry, reinserting the prime program. After which you will be required to select from the Matrix 23 individuals, 16 female, 7 male, to rebuild Zion. Failure to comply with this process will result in a cataclysmic system crash, killing everyone connected to the Matrix, which, coupled with the extermination of Zion, will ultimately result in the extinction of the entire human race.
You won't let it happen. You can't. You need human beings to survive.
There are levels of survival we are prepared to accept. However, the relevant issue is whether or not you are ready to accept the responsibility for the death of every human being in this world. It is interesting reading your reactions. Your 5 predecessors were, by design, based on a similar predication, a contingent affirmation that was meant to create a profound attachment to the rest of your species, facilitating the function of the One. While the others experienced this in a very general way, your experience is far more specific, vis-a-vis love.
Trinity.
Apropos, she entered the Matrix to save your life at the cost of her own.
No.
Which brings us at last to the moment of truth, wherein the fundamental flaw is ultimately expressed and the anomaly revealed as both beginning and end. There are 2 doors. The door to your right leads to the source and the salvation of Zion. The door to your left leads back to the Matrix, to her, and to the end of your species. As you adequately put, the problem is choice. But we already know what you are going to do, don't we? Already I can see the chain reaction, the chemical precursors that signal the onset of an emotion designed specifically to overwhelm logic and reason. An emotion that is already blinding you from the simple and obvious truth. She is going to die, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. Hope. It is the quintessential human delusion, simultaneously the source of your greatest strength and your greatest weakness.
If I were you, I would hope that we don't meet again.
We won't.
This is mine. Had a feeling you'd be here! The cycles haven't been timed, have they? Oh, you don't look so bad. I did everything! Everything you ever asked! I know you did. I executed the plan! As you saw it. You promised that we would change the world together. You broke your promise. I know. I understand that now. I took the system to its maximum potential. I created the perfect system! The thing about perfection is that it's unknowable. I'm sorry. Remember what you came for.
Knew I'd beat you. And still, you did all this for him?
Why? He's my son.
Sam!
hombre muy honrado que me gusta lo mejor. A mujeres no me falta ni el dinero ni el amor. Jineteando en mi caballo por la sierra yo me voy. Las estrellas y la luna ellas me dicen dónde voy. Ay, 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 mi amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Me gusta tocar guitarra, me gusta cantar el son. Mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas, aguardiente es lo mejor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. Ay, 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 mi amor. Ay, mi morena de mi corazón. Me gusta tocar guitarra, me gusta cantar el son. El mariachi me acompaña cuando canto mi canción. Me gusta tomar mis copas, aguardiente es lo mejor. También el tequila blanco con su sal le da sabor. ¡Ay!